Alpha Yankee Mike, Radio Zero Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Wayne. Well, fine on the op conditions that side. Signal's dropped a little bit there, and I've just corrected the schoolboy error. I'm not sure how your XYL was coping in the room listening. I had the bloody headphones on, Wayne, so I can hear you fine, but the live broadcast can't hear bugger all. And I've just unplugged the headphones now, so we'll be getting audio across the over the live stream now, Wayne, over. Right, Radio Zero Whiskey Alpha Yankee Mike, Radio Zero Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Wayne, fine business. Well, listen, Wayne, thanks for calling in. Pleasure to work you. And you're starting to drop a little bit into the noise now with the headphones off. It's a little bit more difficult. So hopefully we're going to get a rise in some of the signals. The band, I'm looking at a scope and there's a little bit of activity bobbing about. So hopefully it's going to pick up. So, but anyway, Wayne, cheers for that. You're the first one live on the video anyway. So there's something, and it's working, hopefully. So we'll catch you further down, Wayne, as the saying goes. Until then, all the best for the rest of the bank holiday and all the rest for the best of the week. And we'll catch you some more, no doubt, on 40 meters. Mike Radio Zero, Whiskey Alpha Yankee. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November. All the best from up this side in Manchester, Wayne. '73s and QRZ, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ140. CQ40 meters and live on YouTube. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India, it looks like. I'll just check that one, see what it is. Doug, Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Thank you for coming back to the call, John. Delta Oscar Uniform Golf. To East Wales on our contract cities are not with February 2014. So quite a long time ago, John. Back to you, Mike Romeo Zero Charlie Sierra November. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Doug, very good afternoon to you. 2014. Oh, my Lord, that's cracking on a bit, isn't it, Doug? I had a bit more hair then, and I was a bit slimmer. Oh, my, how times fly. I trust you well since the last QSO, Doug. Currently, at the minute, you're about a 5'8", 58 up into Manchester this side. And obviously, as you can see, we're using the commemorative Royal call sign instead of my own MR0CSN. And we're also streaming live on YouTube as well, Doug. So you're the second contact live on the YouTube stream currently. So that's always good. Just quickly, Doug, the working conditions. The antenna is just a G5 inverted. Power's at 100 watts, and the transceiver is the Yaesu FT710, the 710 from Yaesu. And this is its maiden voyage on HF with any gusto, Doug. So that's the situation from what is a dry Manchester this afternoon. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India, Mike at Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November.
Golf Whiskey 6 of Victor Echo India. Thanks for the details there, John. Operating conditions here are book straight on 5,000 and then the 30 T5 RV. Turning out about 200 watts at the present time there, John. I do it all up actually. I had two concepts previously, one on 17 and one on 40. So, yeah, good one. Yeah, the weather here in North Wales is it's a fine sunny afternoon. Occasional clouds, temperature of 13 Celsius.
Yeah, okay, Doug. Fine business. Thanks for the situation there and the weather conditions. It's been a bit of a damp squib this bank holiday, Doug. There's not been a lot of anything to celebrate. I thought it was going to be warm and sunny, and it's been cold and wet. So it's already over. It's Monday, done, finished, and back to work tomorrow. So we've just got to make the best of the rest of the day and try and get a bit more on the radio. Thought the radio would have been alive and kicking with it being a bank holiday, but it's been a bit subdued. Man, the conditions aren't helping, so but it does look like it's picking up. So that's a bonus, Doug. So hopefully we'll get a few more in the log. And as I said, we are streaming live on YouTube, so hopefully we'll get a few more onto the video stream as well. So that's the situation. Doug G Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
Mike Romeo 0, Charlie Sierra November. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Yeah, thanks for all the details and about the YouTube transmission as well. Sounds good, John. Sounds good. Not a lot else to add. I'm about 7 miles south of Real, actually, about 7 miles south of Real in the Vernacular, so that gives you an indication of where I am, John. Anyway, good luck with the station there. At 732, have a good week and enjoy yourself, John. Bye for now. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Oh, I never gave you signal report. 507 with QSP. 507 with QSP, John.
Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Doug, cheers for the report. And you're peaking about 5.9, 5.10 at the minute, so it is picking up. You've definitely come stronger since we started the queue. So hopefully, Doug, the bands are going to start fizzing a little bit, and let's say we'll get an hour or so before tea. And we can do a bit. Like I said, we are on. I don't know if you've got YouTube around, but we are on YouTube on my YouTube channel under my call sign, Mike 0 Charlie Sierra November, aka Mr. Ham Radio Deals for them that want to know. And we're on there as well. So at some point, if you're on there, scan through the video, you'll probably catch the QSO on there. Doug, cheers for that. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, pal. Enjoy the rest of the bank holiday. We'll catch you hopefully in a lot less time than 9 years or so. Hopefully it'll be a lot quicker than that, Doug. In the meantime, stay well. Take care, pal. We'll catch you some more. Thanks for the QSO. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India. Yeah, thanks for the QSO, John. Thanks for the freeze. And enjoy yourself there and have a good week. Catch you again, John. Bye for now. Maybe someone next time. Okay, bye for now. Golf Whiskey 6, Victor Echo India clear.
Cheers for now, Doug. 73s and QRZ, CQ40. CQ40, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ140. And also live on YouTube, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. Golf 6 November, Mike Alpha, it looks like. Paul, we'll just check in a minute whether that's okay. I think it is. Golf 6 November, Mike Alpha. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Name's John. and we're up in Manchester. And currently this afternoon into Manchester, a quick glance on the signal meter. We've had a 5 and 7 with a bit of QRM. G6, November, Mike Alpha, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, live on 40, live on YouTube, over.
Good afternoon, this is John. Yeah, name is Paul, you're quite correct. Obviously, November Mike Alpha returning, yes. And situated QTH, 3 kilometres south of the city of Coventry. And today is sunshine out, just missed of rain. November Mike Alpha.
Golf 6 November, Mike Alpha, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. I'm fine on the QDH, Paul. I've got relatives down Coventry, Earlsdon in Coventry, down that way. Not been a while since I've been down there, but we've been down there a few times over the years. But there you go. Paul, just quickly, the transceiver's a 710 by Yaesu at the moment. Only using 100 watts with the inverted G5 RV. Nothing spectacular on the antenna. It's kind of just a thrown-up kind of situation, Paul, and it works when the band's in decent shape anyway. So it does its job. Like I say, it's the first outing today with the 710 on the air in any kind of vigor. Thinking about the third contact on it, and again, like I say, we are streaming live on YouTube on my YouTube channel as well. So it's all coming together nicely. As long as my old muddle brain can keep up with proceedings, Paul, which is proving very difficult. But we're getting there. G6 NMA Mike Radio 0 Charlie Sierra November. G6 NMA Mike Radio 0 Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Paul, thanks for the report. And yeah, we've got your QRZ up. Excuse me. I'm just looking there at the 530, and I've got the 830 in the shack here, and the 757. It brings back so many memories from a long time ago. We had a 757 lineup when they first came out many years ago. And even before I was licensed as well, I have to tell you. It was an upgrade on the 707, which I've still got in the shack as well, the 707, but I don't have the 757 anymore. But it was a favourite radio of mine, the 757. A lot of people don't like them, but I always liked it. I thought it was a cracking little radio. But I think it was because it was the next step up from the 707. But it's still fair. I was at the Blackpool Rally last week, and there was a 757 sat there, and it took me all my time not to buy it, Paul. I was proper on it. When I went back for it, I think that I either packed it away or sold it, which was a good thing. I walked out the door without it. So, but it was very tempting, Paul, over.
let's hope fingers crossed. G6 anyway.
The G6 NMA, Mike Radio 0 Charlie Sierra November. Yeah, okay, Paul, fine business. And let's say coming up a bit now, so it's not bad at all. Final 5:30. Let's say the 8:30 sat there just minding its own business. I don't really use it a right lot. I had a spare for many years, the FT1, the 102, the 101ZD, and the 830. I had them all in the shack and just refused to let them go. Something about them, nostalgia. I think it becomes back to the early days of when I was involved in radio, Paul, and a good friend of mine, G4ZPZ, he had the 101ZD lineup, and that was way back in the 80s. I just remember going around to his gaff at night time, and he's talking to all the Americans and whatnot on 20 meters with the ZD, and it was I don't know, it's something that was imprinted in the brain. You never forget it, Paul. And I think the memories all caught with the radios, and you just sort of stick with them, don't you? There's a nostalgia thing definitely goes on. A bit like an E-Type Jag. You pull it out every now and then, give it a polish, have a go on it, and put it back in the garage over.
Absolutely, John. And I can't wait to get a bit warm and fire it up again and make sure everything's going. I've actually bought loads of spares for it, so it should keep on going for quite some time, hopefully. Actually, I've just been onto your YouTube channel. I've seen the frequency on, so I've just dropped mine to exactly the same frequency. So hopefully we should be a little bit clearer on the audio now. It may not be. But well impressed with your shack, by the way. Yeah, unbelievable, to be honest with you.
It's what's it, Paul? That's only. I don't know if you're still on the YouTube channel. I'm not too sure if you are or you're not. If you are, I'll just. That's only a bit of it. I'll just spin the camera, the bit that can see if you're still on the YouTube channel over.
Yeah, still there, John. Go ahead, spin it around.
As you can see, there's a little bit there, a little bit of chaos, other bits and pieces. But I have a collection of CBs as well, which I don't use, but nostalgia, and I like to keep them just for the sake of. And then, of course, there's back to some of the main toys, which is, as you can see, the 890 Kenwood, which is sat on the bottom run there. And then the 7300, the 9700 at the side of it, the 710, and the Expert amp with also a 2KL tucked away. Oh, camera's going all over the show. 2KL linear tucked away for the 7300, but there's a 7100 somewhere around in that pile. I've got Shack 2 with a 590 Kenwood and a 705i. I've got all sorts of nonsense, Paul. It's the wife says I've got a problem over. G6 NMA, Mike Radio 0 Charlie Sierra November. We used to do a fair bit with it, but not so much these days. The problem is now, I mean, we've got the ILPR40 microphones, we've got the Heil Goldline GM5s, and we used to use those with the W2IH YEQ gear, and we also had the Behringer rack gear. But all the radios these days have all got the parametric equalizers built in, so it's kind of a moot point, Paul, to have all that gear in the shack. And the old adage used to be, you used to just come on the radio and you'd sort of set all your audio up how you like it. You'd come on air and somebody say, oh, you sound too bassy, you sound too toppy, or whatever. So you spend the next hour and a half twiddling with your audio. And then by the time you finish with that, you just didn't want to bother with the radio. So we sacked it, and we just now use the PR40 and the Gold Line, and we just run through the parametric EQs in the radio, Paul, and set the audio up that way over. G6 NMA, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. The thing is with it, Paul, we can get sort of obsessed with stuff. Well, I can anyway. And I'll start out with something, and then the next minute, you know, you've got Electrovoice RE20s, big bottom units, and preamps, and all sorts of nonsense going on in the shack. And another grand later, pockets are shaking, and you're thinking, is it worth it? But the trouble is they see that many things, and I don't really tend to get rid of anything. You know, some people go out and they'll buy something, and then they'll want to improve on it, so they'll get rid of what they've got to get what they want to improve with. I've not mastered that bit, Paul. I just actually buy it and then buy what I want on top of it, and I don't get rid of it. This is where the wife says I've got a bit of a problem. And as you can see, there's not much room to put anywhere. It's just chaos. It's absolute chaos. I need to take the shack apart to put a new floor down and decorate, but I just don't have the month spare to do it, Paul. Over. G6 NMA, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. I used to watch the Robot Wars with Mr. Charles and co. Used to watch that religiously, you know. But that was another way to blow a few quid, wasn't it? Build all these fancy robots, and then somebody comes up and annihilates you. You hope it's you that's doing the annihilating. But hey, it doesn't matter what it is, Paul. Whatever the chosen sort of pastime is, it's expensive, isn't it? And radio's my thing, and watches are another one. So, and I sort of like have a tendency to just go out and blow my brains out and buy things. So, but listen, we're not here for a long time, are we? We're here for a short time. So a bit of what you fancy does you good. And if you don't do it today, you might not get a chance to do it tomorrow. That's my philosophy, Paul. Over. G6 NMA, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Yeah, it's fine. Obviously it's not very wide, but then it doesn't need to be. But it's perfectly readable. It's a 5. So there's a bit of crashing and banging on the band, and your signal is up and down. But for the most part of it, Paul, you're perfectly readable, no problems whatsoever. Over. I was out wrong with a bit of solar power. I couldn't do it in there. I'd need about 500 panels on the bloody roof. So I'm told off the wife anyway. I have a lot of handhelds as well for D-Star and Fusion and the likes. So I've always got them plugged in and charging away. She's all over me. I mean, people complain about people plugging chargers in and wrecking the HF bands. I think I do a good enough job of that on my own pop, to be honest. But you've got to do it. It's what you're doing it. So there you go. Keeps me happy. Keeps me out of trouble. I could be in the pub wasting all my money, and I don't do that no more. So it's good. So it's nice to have a little bit. But there you go. Anyway, Paul, listen, I'm going to try and work a few more. It's what is it? It's just coming up to 3:30. I normally have tea of an evening around 4:15, 4:30. So I'm going to try and grab a few more before the wife shouts me for a steak. And see what we can do. As I said, we're still live on YouTube, so it's that's the first time we've gone live on YouTube, Paul. So it's working, and hopefully the picture quality is okay. There's no RFK in it or one thing and another. It doesn't look like it is. So it's nice to get that up and running and get a bit more traffic on my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping I'll get a few more contacts and we can get some more on there, Paul. Over. G6 MR, Mike Radio 0 Charlie Sierra November. Paul, I've been doing that all afternoon, honestly. This R in my call sign it's been confusing the hell out of me. One letter and it sends you a pot. It's ridiculous, but oh dear. You've got to do it, haven't you? Just a quick one, Paul, while you're looking. I don't know what the RX audio is when, well, obviously it's going to be a bit difficult for you to hear yourself in it, but be interesting to know whether the audio levels are all right on the microphone on the receive. But we'll have to fly by that. You can't listen to it if you're talking, and I want to listen to you. But we'll try it anyway. You'll find it on the video anyway later, Paul. Have a little look at it and just mark the time down at whatever it is, 15:20ish, 15:30. I think the stream's been going for 42 minutes, so I want around 35 minutes into the stream, somewhere around there, Paul, and you'll probably find yourself over.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've long enough conversation anyway, John, to go through. In fact, the number of people watching now has actually gone up. There's 4 watching now. And yeah, it's the audio is great. I just had a quick listen. You've got a slight delay on it, but obviously because you're streaming around about 5 seconds each, it will take the off and on problem. I'll have a listen to it.
Cheers, Paul. All the best. Enjoy the rest of the day, pal. And we'll catch you further down the log, no doubt. Stay well, stay healthy. Cheers for the chat. Thank you, RZ. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40. CQ40, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ on 40 and live on YouTube. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. G0 Delta Tango X-Ray. I'm not sure I've worked that station before, but hey, we'll try anyway. I think I can just about hear him. And a very good afternoon to you, Johnny Boy. G0 DTX. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, live on 40 and live on YouTube.
Yeah, no problem, mate. MR0CSN, G0 DTX. Yeah, it does knock you off that, the call sign. Yeah, happy Ching Chow call sign. Happy days, mate. Yeah, I seen you was live on YouTube, so I thought I'd jump on and give you a shout. I'm recording as well for my YouTube channel. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Delete it a few times, mate. Give me 1 point going. MR0CSN, G0 DTX.
Golf Zero DTX, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November. The bands were dead, John. There were nothing much happening, so it was what it was. I fired the video up. Paul called us. I had a couple before Paul, and then Paul come in, so we just had a chat. Watching the scope, there was bits of activity and that. I've just seen it starting to peak up a bit, so we'll see who else is lurking in the background. And lo and behold, boom, up you pop. So there you go. And I can hear you as well. So we're still only on the inverted dipole on the G5 inverted. And we're on the 710 now. We've put the 710 on 40 meters. We just did a lead into the shack for it out of the shack 2. So this is the 710 on air, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, like I said, I've been watching the YouTube, mate. So, yeah, I see the 710 was in action. Yeah, you're 5 and 9, mate, on the meters, but QSB, but we are close to each other. So look, at 300 watts I'm on the present moment. I know that that you're only using the 100 watts, but yeah, it's all good stuff, mate. Anyway, I'll let you get at it, mate, because obviously we talk to each other all the time, but yeah, like I said, the thing is live, so I just jumped on, and I tried to jump at the queue as well, but you were going 2 out there, so that didn't work. But anyway, nice to see you live on YouTube, Joe. I'll send a please, buddy. I'll put it back for a final, and yeah, see you well, chicken word. MR0CSN, G0DTX.
G0 DTX, MR0CSN. Well, while you're here, I asked Paul, but obviously it'd be difficult for you. You've been listening. Is the radio audio over the YouTube video, is that okay? Is it audible enough, John, over?
Yeah, Roger. No RF, nothing. It's crushed, mate.
Happy days. That'll do then. Everything's working. Everything's set up good. Picture's good. There's no RF cane in it in the station. So happy days. All's good in the hood, Johnny boy. Right, listen. I'll bell you after tea. I'm going to try and pick a few more off and see what's going. And I'll pick the bones out of it with you over the phone later, over.
Yeah, Roger, no problem, mate. Yeah, we'll get to the gym now anyway. So, please, fellas, and we'll catch you again. MR0CSN, Cheers for now, John.
Cheers for now, John. Catch you later. 73s and QRZ, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ on 40, CQ40. Live on YouTube also, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. CQ40, 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 CQ40 meters. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ. Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ on 40. And also live on YouTube, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. There's a few there. I heard a G4. If you want to try again, I didn't get all the call sign, but we'll take the G4. G4 Sierra Victor Charlie. Good afternoon to you, Tim. It looks like. Name's John this side, Japan Ocean Henry November. Call sign Mike Radio Zero Charlie Sierra November. We're up in Manchester. And currently into Manchester this afternoon, Tim. We're at 5 and 8:58 over.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed to John. This is your 4-figure Victor Charlie. Well, you're 5 and 9. No problem at all. Down in Winchester. I gather you must have a QRZ in front of you. You've got me name already. Which is all I have of you, because I've got nothing against who you are. That's not half of you, of course. Well, you're 5 and 9. A lovely signal. I gather there's got to be 2 calls, so I won't hold you up too long, but it's quite nice to get the microphone calls line there.
Golf 4 Sierra Victor Charlie, Mike Radio Zero Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Tim, fine business. And yeah, pleasure to work you. Thanks for the call. And likewise, it's nice to be working the Mike Radio. It's a bit of an occasion. A lot of people aren't too bothered. The special events and one thing and another, but I don't know, Tim. I don't think there's much more of a special event than this thing, is there, with the King's coronation? So I think it's one of them that you've got to make the effort, take the call, and get on the air and use it, because I don't think we're going to see another King. Well, I might do, maybe, but it's been about 60, 70 years since the last one, so we'll take this one, and I'm sure it'll be all over the world on the radio as well. I think it'll be very popular, Tim. But I think you've got to take it and use it. That's my opinion anyway. It's a very special one for me. G4SVC, Mike, Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra, November.
The last one, the Queen, he survived for a long time. So I don't think he's going to be wrong. Depending on you, ready, you probably won't see another one. I definitely don't think I'm going to see another one, because I'm about the same age as our King. So who knows, John? Go ahead.
G4SVC, Mike, Radio Zero CSN. Well, that's the thing, Tim. That's my thoughts exactly. I mean, I'm tipping 60 now, and well, you never know, do you? You don't know, so it is what it is. But I think it's a really big deal. I mean, people say, well, I think the special prefix call signs these days are dished out for pizzas and parked up warships and everything. But I think the King's coronation definitely deserves it, and I couldn't wait to get it in and done, to get it up, get it used. So I think it'll be one of those that, you know, when it's done and all finished, you know, years later, you can look back on that one on the radio and think, well, I was working it and doing my bit. So that's my reason for doing it, Tim, and I'm sure there'll be others with the same idea. But hey, that's what you've got to do. Just briefly, Tim, I don't know if you've been listening, but the working conditions, the radio's the 710 year, so power's at 100 watts currently. We're just using a G5 RV, which is inverted. So put about, I don't know, sensors up at about 45, 50 foot on a spider pole. So seems to work okay when the bands are in decent shape, which today they're not. But looking like they're improving a bit. G4SVC, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November.
Because that's what I used to hear. It's only a couple of days old, and you're already about the USR house. It seems to be working here reasonably well. Let me put a good signal down here into the receptor. Anyway, John, what was it? I agree with you. I don't know why I'm not using the R4 pipe. Because it is a special day. So I'm working as many of them as I can. So, John, I wish you luck. Very nice. So you can come back to my call, and I hope you get to the final using that prefix. My Romeo Zero, Charlie Sierra November, then Golf 4 Sugar Victor Charlie.
Golf 4 Sierra Victor Charlie, Mike Radio Zero CSN. Okay, Tim, fine business. I'm fine on the 710 also. This is the first day I've actually used it properly. I've had it a couple of weeks. Today's the first day I've had it out on air, and we've been giving it a good old going over. And I like it. I think it's a great radio. I really do. I've had the 101D, it's Big Brother. And to be fair, this one, it's a cracking little radio. Definitely giving us 7300 a run for its money, which I've also got in the shack. So I think at the moment the 710 is my little favourite. I like to keep having a go with it. So there you go. Tim, listen, it's been a pleasure, pal. Thanks for the call. We're going to try and work some more. So we are live streaming on YouTube at the minute, so we'll see what else we can do, and we'll hopefully catch you further down the log, as they say. In the meantime, until then, Tim, look after yourself, take care. Many thanks for the call, and we'll do it some more. G4SVC, Mike Radio Zero, Charlie Sierra November. All the very best from up in Manchester, Tim.
Okay, John, up there in Manchester. I'm coming that way in about a week's time. I'm going to have to come off with you. And one of the reasons I have to send is I can use the caravan mobile because it's very inside. Anyway, John, best of luck. Thanks for the call. And further down, as they say. Bye-bye, mate.
Cheers, Tim. 73s and QRZ, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40, CQ40 meters. And live on YouTube also, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening. The George 3 go again.
George 3, Victor, Charlie, Germany.
Oh, 3, Victor, Charlie, Germany. Very good afternoon to you, Don. And pleasure to work you for what will be the first time, I would imagine. And you're currently about a 5 and 757 up into Manchester this side. The name is John. Juliet Oscar Hotel November. Golf 3, Victor, Charlie Golf. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
You have been a 6 5 and 9. 5 and 7 to 5 and 9 with the QSB. And that makes on down the rock, and I don't know, I think you've got it. The situation is active. I had a quick look at the stream just now. All working very nicely. So well done on that, John. MR0CSN, G3 and CG, over.
G3VCG, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Don, fine business, and thanks for taking a look on the stream there. And it's nice to know that it's all working fine. It's the first time we've streamed live. We've done plenty of videos on the channel, but we've never streamed live. We've been planning it for weeks and weeks, Don, but the bands have just never been up for it when I've been around with work, etc., allowing. So today, even though 40 is not on its best behaviour, we thought we'll give it a go. Connect the 710 up, put the G5 out, and we'll give it a go. It seems to be working okay, Don. I'd like it if the bands were a little bit better, but fingers crossed they'll pick the toes up between now and darkness. So best foot forward and ears open, Don, and we'll see how we go. Like I said, briefly, just the 710 years, who's the radio, power's only 100 watts on the G5 from what's now a dry Manchester, and a fairly pleasant afternoon now, Don, considering now the bank holiday's over and we're going back to work. It would be, as it normally does. G3 VCG, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
Roger John from G3 VCG. Well, we've just this minute on our first glimpse of the sun today. It's been very dull and overcast, but in the last few seconds, the sun has now popped out. So it'll be a nice evening, I hope. Right, John, I'll let you crack on to that. And get a few there. I'll say 73 to you, and good luck with the special course sign. Hope you worked out the station. All the best, John. MR0CSN, G3 VCG off and clear. Bye-bye, John. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Don. Many thanks for the quick Q-sword, quick chat. We'll catch you further down the log. Until then, take care. All the very best from this side in Manchester until we do it again. G3 VCG, Mike Radio 0, CSN. Cheers from this side, Don. And QRZ, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40. CQ40. Also live on YouTube, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening.
Echo India 9, Juliet Uniform, Charlie John.
Oh, we're taking that one. Echo India 9, Juliet Uniform. Afternoon, Jerry. How are you doing, me old mucker? Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. EI9JU, Mike Radio 0, CSN. You okay, Jerry? Likewise, you're also the same. You're peaking 20 over at the minute. And the band's just sort of walk up. I just give that last call out, and there's a rack of stations behind it. So, but you were the strongest by a bit and a half. So there you go. Jerry, we're just using the 710 years at the minute. It's the first time out. We've had it a couple of weeks, but we've put it in the shack today. And it seems to be doing all right. It's only 100 watts on the G5, and it's working. Been messing with the RX on it for a couple of weeks, getting used to it. And today's the first time on TX, so it's doing a great job. And of course, we're live on YouTube as well on the YouTube channel. So there you go. Echo India 9, Juliet Uniform, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
I'm actually not familiar with it. I've been off the radar for a while, so careful on the latest stuff. But I'll look it up. I think you're off to do a bank holiday. As soon as myself, you're taking a lazy one. And then back to the grindstone tomorrow, John, over.
Yeah, 9JU, Mike Radio 0CSN. Well, you and me both, pal. You and me both. I just said to the last one there. It's been raining most of the weekend there, and as soon as like it gets to the late afternoon, you can't do now. It's cleared up and the sky's turning blue. We're back on the travel tomorrow, so. But hey, we'll take it as it goes. It's a 4-day week, so it's not all bad, Jerry. It's not all bad. And I thought you've been quiet. You've been quiet on the site. I've not seen much here about you normally popping up. I thought you might have been busy with work, or you're just having a sabbatical. I don't know, but either way, it's good to catch you on the air, pal, and hear your dulcet tones over.
Likewise, John. Likewise. That's good to hear you on. I'll try to spend a bit more time on the site now. The sales are operating for about 5-6 years. I took a big kid of a quad down just to service it and never put it back up again. I just got used to not watching the weather forecast. And I kind of got that. I got used to it. So, like yourself, we'll be back at the grindstone tomorrow, back at the construction. And that's all right. You're putting a big signal out. I'm sure you want to follow along there with the new call. So it's nice to that call. So it's good to work you on the air, John. I wish you 7 threes, and best of luck there with the new ranges. As I say, I'll look it up. And until next time, you enjoy your signing. All the best, John. Take care. Bye-bye.
Echo India 9, Juliet Uniform, Mike Radio 0, CSM. Okay, Jerry, no worries, pal. It's just another one in the shack, pal. I've got them all over the show, but I quite like the look of this little 710, so I thought I'm having one and I bought one, and that's where we are. It's like laying bricks in here, kid. It's like laying bricks. Jerry, listen, you look after yourself for now, kid. We'll catch you some more. We'll probably catch you on HRD before we catch you on air again. I don't know. I'm like you, a busy man, so I never get a chance to get on the radio, so it's nice to be doing it now. And even better now the band's kicking open a bit. Jerry, we'll catch you later, pal. Be good. Enjoy the rest of the day, all the rest of the week. Echo India 9, JU, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Also live on YouTube. Cheers, Jerry. Take care, pal.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
And CQ40, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ on 40, and also live on YouTube. Right, well, we just heard Delta, and there was a lot of you, so we heard Delta, the one with Delta in the call sign. Do you want to go? Golf Romeo 8, Golf Delta, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Looks like Jonathan, if QRZ's to be believed. You're currently 5 and 9, and there was a bit of a pile-up going on there, Jonathan, but we heard you last, so there you go. About 5 and 9 up into Manchester. Name's John, Japan Horse and Henry November. A Golf Radio 8, Golf Delta, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
Golf Delta, good afternoon to you. And good afternoon to you, John. I don't know what time, but I have Angel Bacon now. There we go, yeah. As you can probably see, I'm in London, quite near to Hampton Court. And that's the location, Hampton. This is 2300 and a half size G5RV, and running on the 5300.
Golf Radio 8, Golf Delta, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Okay, Jonathan, fine business and fine on the location and also the working conditions. Likewise, the same at the moment. The half-size G5 RV antenna powers at 100 watts. We're just using a 710 Yaesu, currently new into the shack, and giving it its first run out today, Jonathan. So, and it seems to be doing really, really well. We're having a lot of fun on it. So there you go. And like I say, we're also live on YouTube also. Jonathan, I'm not going to hold it with you. There's a lot of stations calling on the last over, so we're going to try and work as many as we can, and we'll see where we go. But you're in the log anyway. Pleasure to work you. And all the very best from up here in Manchester, and we'll catch you further down the log. Golf Radio 8, Golf Delta, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November.
Yeah, it's okay. You're in the load, I just finished for the hour in seconds. But, so you're in my log as well, and very nice to talk to you. Nice to have the call again. Keep going on the entry, but I'm reminding myself really by going back to the editing entry that last time this was used was our prefix was in use. The extra R prefix was April, May 2011, some time ago, but it's so nice that it finishes again. Okay, all that's cool. Romeo 8, Delta 73.
Cheers, Jonathan. Always a pleasure. We'll catch you further down the log, and we'll try with some more. Have a nice day, pal. And QRZ, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. We're going to listen just quickly for 2 Whiskey Zero, Radio Lima Delta. Just going to check. 2 Whiskey Zero, Radio Lima Delta. Nope, nothing heard. So, QRZ, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Calling CQ40, and live on YouTube, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November, calling CQ40 and listening.
Mike 0, India, Oscar Charlie, M0 IOC.
M0 IOC, Ian, very good afternoon to you. Cracking signal. On a 5 and 9 at the minute into Manchester, and the name this side is John, Japan Ocean Henry November. Also live on YouTube this afternoon, Mike 0, India Oscar Charlie, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November. Back to you, Ian.
Yes, MR0CSN and 0 IOC returning. IOC return, sorry. You're 5 and 9 plus, John. I've got YouTube on, but turn the volume up because obviously that'll cause problems. But, nice to hook up with you today. Thanks for using the call. And 2 Whiskey Zero that you did call have been calling you. So they are about the frequency, John, just so that you know on that one. I'm located in the county of Durham, so I'm not too far from you. And I'm running the 7700 with a matching IC linear. It's just over 300 watts. Doing the persistent lead time form and a little higher PR 781 microphone. Nice to have a similar speakers in the yard. My bedroom is wall-to-wall radios, so I can't run it because the pile-ups are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, John. But thanks for getting me down in the log, and likewise this side. So I'll pass it back to you for anything now. MR0CSN M0 IOC up in Durham.
M0 IOC, MR0CSN. Okay, Ian, fine business and fine on the shack situation there. We got you up on QRZ. And yeah, it's like collecting Easter eggs at Christmas. It's crazy. They're just all over Ian. You get them stacked up ready for Easter and go buy some more. Well, there you go. And fine on a location not far from Durham. It's been a while since I've got family up in Durham. Well, the northeast, Exham, Northumberland, South Shields, Long Benton. And the last time I was up Durham was on Chesterley Street, up on the main High Street in Chesterley Street, refurbing a pub up there. I think it was a Swan, if I remember rightly. It's a while ago now, mind. It's about 15, 18, maybe 20 years ago, something like that, Ian. But hey, that was a cracking week up there, I'll tell you. That was like going home. That was indeed. But anyway, I digress, Ian. Listen, pleasure to work with you this afternoon, pal. And we'll catch you. If you look on a QRZ, you'll see the connection with the northeast. So there you go. Away the lads soon. Thanks for the call. You're in the log, and pleasure to work you in. We'll catch you some more. M0 IOC, MR0CSN. Cheers for now, Ian. 73's and CQ40. And also live on YouTube, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November calling CQ40. Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November calling CQ on listening. CQ40, Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November calling CQ on listening. That's popped it. Daughter's just called. We're going to shut down the station for half an hour and we'll be back shortly if there's anybody listening. This is Mike Radio 0, Charlie Sierra November shutting down for the moment.